Hi, my name's Justin Latimer, and I'm going to show you a Rome Total War replay. I'm playing as the Gaul, and the battlefield here is Moon River. There are two crossings here. The bridge right here. And there's another crossing down here. My opponent is playing as the Roman Bruttii. For my army, I brought 2 units of swordsmen and 2 units of warband, and they have some upgrades on them. They're backed up by 4 units of Forester warband. No upgrades because they're very expensive. They have long range and they fight with a spear as backup, so they're very competent missile troops, but they're also competent and hand-to-hand. Two units of barbarian noble cavalry with my barbarian warlord. And the noble cavalry has some upgrades as well. I've also brought 2 units of barbarian cavalry with some upgrades. I've hid them here in this patch of woods. I've also moved my army up this hill so that it would give my opponent room to cross here. So let's take a look at my opponent's army. He's brought 2 heavy onigners, and he's quite content to just shell me with those. I'm not exactly content to be shelled, though. He's also brought a ballista. When I see that he's just going to sit there and shell me, I start moving my troops. He has 2 units of triarii. Quite a few Roman archers there. I think that's 2 units of them. He's got an additional 2 units of Roman archers back here. War dogs. Legionary cohort. And 2 units of urban cohort. And they're backed up here with a Roman armored general. I'm attempting to skirmish with my opponent. As you can see, I'm getting hit by the onigner. I have my men spaced out. Just lost quite a few guys right there. And right there.
Get under attack!
My archers have better range than his, but his onigners have a lot more range than my archers. I'm going to pull back at this point and change my strategy. Some of these archers have taken quite a few casualties. This one's down to 55, this one's down to 55, 72, and 68. Overall, though, not too bad considering they start with about probably around the same amount of men as this unit of swordsmen, 74. So I still have quite a few archers left. I'm trying to bait the opponent into crossing, because I am quite content to fight him in that kind of a battle. You can see he's preparing for a crossing here. Some of my archers are able to fire now. And they're shooting at dogs. He sends them into my swordsmen. It doesn't turn out to do a whole lot for him. My swordsmen are quite able to fight off these dogs. One of his units got too close to my barbarian cavalry. He incidentally discovered my barbarian cavalry with his routers. As you can see here, the swordsmen have fought off most of the dogs. Poor Doberman. Our family used to keep Doberman. So most of the Roman army has crossed now. I have to crush what's come over to my side, or I'm probably not going to be able to win the battle. I'm going to have my swordsman attack the side of these Triarii. He reacts to that pretty well. And on the southern flank, I'm going to have to use Warband. My cavalry are going to move around the back and hit these legionnaires. I send some to fight the back of these Triarii. My warlord is helping the warband. And they desperately need that help because warband on their own probably are not going to defeat Triarii. My barbarian cavalry is scared off these archers. This unit of urban cohort is still holding up really well. The archers are plugging away. A very useful soldier for the Gauls. Never underestimate archers. So the one unit of Triarii is broken now. I can focus most of my army on this unit of urban cohort. So I'm going to send my swordsmen in to fight them. We fought Roman dogs, now we're fighting Roman dogs again. And the urban cohort break. I send a unit of warband down this way to intercept the other unit of urban cohort. And here comes a pretty big shift in the battle. My infantry are focusing on this choke point here because I want to keep the opponent from being able to cross here. And I'm going to try to cross down here to take out his Onigner. Defeat seems certain for my men, but I have quite a few men here. "26 swordsmen, it's not a lot. They're not going to be able to hold up for long either. And now they're breaking. They're routing into the Romans, actually. I'm going to send more swordsmen to slow them down. You can see they're getting pelted pretty bad. I'm getting in a war cry here, right before I charge. And so I'm stalling the enemy here. The important stuff is actually happening over here. I'm crossing my cavalry across this narrow part of the river. I still have quite a bit of cavalry left, too. Some barbarian cavalry and some barbarian noble cavalry, as well as my general. Both units of barbarian noble cavalry are still in the game. One unit of barbarian cavalry is still around. My men are broke here, but I have successfully crossed. He's no longer interested in crossing here. There is no longer any point to cross here. So we're gonna charge barbarian noble cavalry and barbarian cavalry against the Onigners, my general and a unit of barbarian noble cavalry against the Roman general. Here we've charged into one of the units of legionary first cohort. Defeat seems certain on the initial onset of the charge.
Your warlord runs from the enemy. Why should our warriors fight?
The cavalry is now breaking. The only units left fighting are my Forester warband. Once again, do not underestimate archers, especially these guys. Quite a few of them were just taken out by a shot from that Onigner. One of my units is reformed here. It's a unit of swordsmen. I'm going to send it charging down the bridge. It's also unopposed at this moment, but it's quite small. It's now routing. Some of my cavalry have reformed. My general and some of his barbarian noble cavalry. My archers have formed up in a curious shape here. I'm going to send some of my archers up this way. With as few troops as I have left fighting, I need to make sure that the ones I do have will last as long as I can. The general's giving a lot of orders. Here we go for another charge. While I'm charging, my archers are also still firing.
Why should our warriors fight?
My general routs again. He's now alone here. No men in his unit. And this unit of barbarian noble cavalry has fought to the last man. My archers are now the only guys left fighting. When the Roman general charges,
Your warlord is dead. How well will his warriors
my
fight
forester
without a
warband can
general
fight back
guiding
with
them?
spears. Defeat seems certain for them, though. And so then they break. This unit's still fighting. I believe archers are faster moving than legionary soldiers, legionary first cohort. This forester warband is now fighting.
Your warriors have been defeated this time, but
And
there
now
may be
it's been
chances
broke.
for revenge.
And so it's a loss, but I think I did really good leading my men against the Romans here. I deployed 965 men against 1,067. I killed 607, he killed 854 of my troops. I have 76 men remaining, he has 509 remaining. And so let's look at some of the stats here. My barbarian warlord was able to take down 30 men. Barbarian noble cavalry 75, 59. Barbarian cavalry 29 and 59. 59 matching this other unit of barbarian noble cavalry, so that's really good for a unit of light cavalry. Swordsmen 29 and 47. The warband were not very useful with 9 kills and 1 kills, but I did bring them to protect my cavalry. It turned out not to be that necessary. Forester warband 51, 85, 76, and 60. It can be really hard to fight these bridge battles, especially if your opponent is playing as the Romans, because he will probably have lots of quality soldiers. What else made this difficult was my opponent has brought some siege weaponry, which was able to shell me from quite a distance and cause morale damage, as well as actual physical casualties. But I always specify my games as no rules, so that's fair. In the end here, you can see he doesn't really have a whole bunch of soldiers left. He has, I think these are some dog handlers, legionary first cohort, and a general. So the 2 units of urban cohort, I did defeat those. And he also has 2 units of archers left. 3 units of archers left. As well as this unit of heavy awning nurse. Oh, those guys aren't dog handlers. I routed the dog handlers. This is a unit. These are the engineers who used to run the awning nurse. Good game to my opponent, Mayor Q. I will have more videos for you soon. Thank you for watching.